Hold up, that's not Miguel Cabrera, right? They're probably talking about Miguel Andujar, yeah. Oh yeah, no, that's Miggy. Okay. What's going on, everyone? It's Fuzzy. Welcome back to yet another MLB Recap Spring Training Edition. We are officially 2 weeks away from opening day, and breaking news, the governor of New York, he has announced that both the Yankees and the Mets will be allowed to have at least 10,000 fans in attendance to start opening day, which is awesome. The Rangers a few days ago, they said that 100% capacity will be allowed, and a lot of people had an issue with that. But regardless of that, I'm just happy that life is somewhat resembling normalcy. It's been a very long year, so thank you guys for sticking with me, and hopefully we can bring some baseball vlogs back to the channel because I want to see a Yankee game. I want to see Francisco Lindor on the Mets because I've never been to New York, so that would be a lot of fun. But either way, we have so much to talk about today, including Miguel Cabrera defending the 2017 Astros. Why? There are a few rabbit holes that we have to talk about to provide some context to the situation, but when you kind of break it down, it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. So Miggy, while he is an absolute immortal at hitting baseballs, this one, in my opinion, he missed the mark. We have Justin Verlander returning from Tommy John surgery. Whether or not he's going to play in 2021, that is going to be up for his arm to decide. And then also Kyle Hendricks almost gave me a heart attack yesterday. I thought he tore his ACL. Now, before we get into the big news of the video, I want to talk about the Yankees because Jordan Montgomery and the rest of the Yankees staff, their starters, they have been stupid good in spring training. In 46.1 combined innings, their starters have a 1.75 ERA and 55 strikeouts. Now, when I say starters, that means Jordan Montgomery, Deivi Garcia, Garrett Cole, Corey Kluber, Taillon, all of the guys that should be starting in the regular season. Domingo Germán is in that list as well. They have been electric. So if they perform this well, even if they have a combined 3.5 ERA for the entirety of the 2021 season, the Yankees are going to be dominant, especially when you factor in that lineup. They're going to be tough to beat, and in my opinion, the Yankees and the White Sox, it's going to be a battle of the best to see who makes the World Series. Let's go ahead and talk about Justin Verlander. So he is recovering from Tommy John surgery, and yesterday he uploaded a pretty cool video in which he had his first throw after that surgery. Now, of course, he's most likely not going to play in 2021, but if he can come back for the playoffs, maybe I'm hoping that they don't rush him back because he is a little bit older, so make sure that he's healthy. He can come back in 2022. And speaking of the Astros and pitchers, Framber Valdez might be coming back, as the report is that he is able to avoid surgery, so I'll go ahead and take that L. Just the whole idea that he fractured his finger and then all of a sudden he's good to go, but then he needs surgery, but then he doesn't. The reports are absolutely crazy, so I'm not even sure what's happening. Now, we almost had Kyle Hendricks go through a Bryce Harper incident. So a few years, this happened to Bryce Harper where he pretty much tripped over first base and he really hurt his knee. Fortunately for him, he did not suffer an ACL injury, but Kyle Hendricks almost had that happen to him on a ground ball to the right fielder. In my opinion, this is trying way too hard. Now, if that right fielder is trying to show the Padres that he deserves a spot and he's playing at 100%, he's trying his best, I mean, maybe I can get behind that. But in my opinion, spring training is all about getting ready for the regular season, and the fact that Kyle Hendricks had to book it down the first base line so much to the point where he was rushing and didn't hit the bag at the correct angle and almost tore his knee apart. For me, I am not on the Padres side. I would rather not see pitchers hit at all, but if they do hit and it's in spring training, just let the guy get to first base, or if you're Kyle Hendricks, just ease up a little bit. Do not put yourself in danger. This was almost bad. So let me know in the comment section down below. Are you on the side of all the people that hate me on Twitter that are saying, hey Fuzzy, whether it's spring training, the regular season, or postseason, baseball should be played at 100%? Or are you on the majority? In my opinion, the majority is saying, hey, it's spring training, it's the pitcher hitting, maybe not try that hard because it's a little cheesy. But anyways, that's a debate that we can have. It's going to be sassy. It's going to be spicy. It's fine. Jose Altuve hit a bomb yesterday, so he is probably going to fill in the role of leadoff hitter that was left by George Springer after he joined the Toronto Blue Jays. I'm actually super excited to see what the Astros do. Are they ready for redemption, as well as Jose Altuve and Carlos Correa, because Correa was a monster in the playoffs last season, and same with Jose Altuve. So are they going to be able to bounce back along with their buddy Bregman? Because if they can, they're going to be really dangerous. They're going to be in the same conversation as the Yankees, the White Sox, the Rays, and other teams that you can think of that are really good in the American League. Now, speaking of the Astros, Miguel Cabrera, Miggy, one of the best talents of my lifetime, at least in regards to hitters. He might be the number one. Him and Albert Pujols, they're the best that I've ever seen, and Mike Trout is in that conversation as well. But Miguel Cabrera said that you need talent to win championships, and that you have to know a little bit more than what pitch is coming in order to hit. And then he says that it's BS. Now, I don't agree with this at all. Miguel Cabrera, in my opinion, is just trying to save face and get on the good side of the new manager, AJ Hinch. Because if you don't remember, AJ Hinch, the brand new manager of the Tigers, was the manager of the 2017 Astros. So it's not like Miggy's going to come out and say, yeah, F the Astros, when his manager was running that team. So he was kind of put in a lose-lose situation. I would have appreciated a deflection more along the lines of, hey, they're coming back in 2021. They're going to be hungry. They did what they did, and that's really in the past now. I would have gone with that approach as opposed to saying, I don't really care. It doesn't affect me. Well, yeah, the Tigers sucked in 2017, so it didn't affect you per se. It was definitely going on in the regular season, the postseason. We don't know if it happened in the World Series. I'm on the side that it did. So Miggy, he definitely missed the mark on this one. While I do respect his veteran leadership, this one, yeah, he's just trying to get on the good side of AJ Hinch. But let me know what you think. Bobby Dahlbeck has been on fire all of spring training. He hit a grand slam yesterday, so he now leads everyone in home runs, RBIs, and runs. Rafael Devers went deep, and then Erod, Eduardo Rodriguez, he's coming back from myocarditis after he developed COVID in 2020. So far in about 12 innings, he's only given up 3 runs, and he has 14 strikeouts to 0 walks. Yeah, that'll play. Speaking of grand slams, Evan White, one of the top prospects for the Mariners, who got a ton of playing time in 2020, even though he was horrible. He had 84 strikeouts and a 67 OPS plus in 54 games. But because the Mariners gave him a bunch of money and a contract extension, they were saying, hey, we're going to play you every single day. He is now ranked second in RBIs in all of spring training, and he gets a lot of comparisons to Paul Goldschmidt, who had a home run yesterday. So the reason why is because they both play pretty good defense. They're both pretty quick for a first baseman, and they have some pretty good pop. But if you want to be the next Paul Goldschmidt, yeah, 84 strikeouts in 54 games and a 67 OPS plus, that won't do. Jazz Chisholm had a 113 mile an hour laser beam home run. He is a very sneaky infield option if you want a bench player for your fantasy team. So just real quick, I want to talk about Jazz because we follow each other on Twitter. He's a really awesome guy. He plays MLB The Show. He's all about bringing diversity and fun to the game of baseball. But that light blue Marlins uniform with Chisholm on the back, ooh, I'm about to cop that. Speaking of powder blue, Tyler Glasnow had 7 strikeouts in his appearance yesterday, and one of them came on his brand new slider. If he can really pinpoint that, good luck to the rest of the league. I want to ask you guys, what do you make of Tyler Glasnow's spring so far? He has 17, almost 20 strikeouts and 9.2 innings pitched, so he has been absolutely nasty. But he has 5 walks and 6 earned runs in those same 9 innings. So again, the command seems to be an issue, but he is nasty as ever. That's pretty much been Tyler Glasnow's career, so I'm hoping that he fixes the command as the season progresses, because if not, he's going to give up a ton of home runs because he's throwing cookies right down the middle. Austin Meadows with a bomb yesterday. Those two guys, when they perform at their ceiling, God, they are so special and so exciting to watch. So let's just hope that we can get bounce back seasons from the both of them. Lucas Giolito versus Walker Buehler. That was a World Series matchup yesterday. Now, of course, I believe that it's going to be Yankees versus the Dodgers, but Giolito versus Buehler, I mean, it could very well happen because the White Sox, they are looking dangerous. Liam Hendricks is feeling himself. He's taking photos like this, and then he's striking people out and just walking off the mound as if he owns the place. So it's just, man, baseball's in a good place right now. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I've never been more excited for a season in my entire life. There are so many good teams, so many good young players, so many players who have something to prove. There are so many storylines going into 2021. We're going to talk about 3 relief pitchers real quick. Kenley Jansen is having himself a really good start to the spring. He has 9 strikeouts and only 2 hits with 0 runs in 4 innings. So after not really having the best World Series, his velocity was down. He is trying to show the world that he can still be a dominant closing pitcher. Jose Alvarado, this sequence of pitches is just not fair. So he has a few fastballs in there, a couple fastballs, and then he ends it with a devastating slider that is practically unhittable. And he throws a 2-seam at 102 miles an hour. So the Phillies getting Jose Alvarado, that is a big time pickup. And then Jeremy Jeffries, who had a fantastic 2020, all of a sudden got dropped by the Nationals after being with them for only a week, and now he's coming out with more tweets that pretty much his 2021 season is a wash. No one is going to sign him, and he is upset about it, all because of his former agents. I don't know the full story, but I feel bad for Jeremy. I would want him on my team. He's really good. To end today's video, we're going to talk about two players that we have not talked about one time in any of these spring training recaps. We have Brandon Marsh, who is looking like Jason Worth, aka Jesus, as he hits a triple to the center right field gap. This guy can move. A lot of people talk about Joe Adell. Do not forget that Brandon Marsh is in that system as well. And then Jonathan Daza, he almost hit the cycle a few days ago. He is now second in base hits, so he's probably not going to get a lot of playing time, but I wanted to bring him up because the Rockies, they don't really have much to talk about. All right, everyone, well, that does it for today's MLB recap. Please let me know what you make of Miguel Cabrera's comments, the fact that he thinks that it's BS and that no one should be really hating on the 2017 Astros due to the fact that hitting is a whole lot more than knowing what pitch is coming. In my opinion, he missed the mark because his manager is AJ Hinch, and he's not going to throw him under the bus, so I understand it, but it was a little bit, I don't like it. Tomorrow on my Twitch channel, we're going to be unboxing about 10 Topps 2021 Series 1 boxes. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's at Fuzzy from YT. Follow me there. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Peace out.